Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. And we are digging straight down. I know, it sounds like a terrible plan, but I know what's on the other end of this hole. It's a beacon. So, what I want to do in today's episode is I would like to get started on a project that has probably been pretty long overdue, and that is the Hall of Patrons. In Welsknight's Realm, my previous vanilla single-player series, I had a Hall of Patrons where basically everyone who supports me on Patreon had an armor stand with their name on a sign above it in a big building in my world. And then I ended Welsknight's Realm and started Kingdoms, and now there's nothing recognizing those people and thanking them. So I want to work on that a little bit today. Hello, Monster Eggs. And I want to get started on a Hall of Patrons, and I want to do it differently than the way I did it in Welsknight's Realm as well, as far as the actual design of the structure goes. So when I built the Hall of Patrons in Welsknight's Realm, it was one building. It was a big building, admittedly. It was huge. It was so huge that it was actually kind of demotivating how big it was. I kind of ran out of motivation for the actual building part of it because it was just so big and there was so much to do, and I was finally like, you know what, it's done. Good enough. But what I want to do in today's episode is I want to start work on the Hall of Patrons in Kingdoms. And if you can't tell by the fact that we are underground and we have a beacon, I want to build this thing underground. And we are basically directly underneath Altum right now. There's the mine shaft that goes up to the surface, and we're down here. And I want to build this underground for a couple of reasons. There's a few caveats that I want to have with the Hall of Patrons. I want it to look good, obviously. I want it to be decorative and detailed and beautiful. I also want it to be easily expandable. So I don't want to build this massive structure or this massive build and then slowly fill it in little by little. I want to build it in small chunks and then just kind of expand it and repeat the design as I need to. So that's kind of the goal here. And I figured because of that, it would probably be a really good idea to build it underground. And it also seemed to me that underneath Altum would be a fitting place for such a structure. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build it down here, and in some ways this is going to be kind of reminiscent of the Dwarven base that we're building in Hermitcraft. In some ways, it's not going to be, I'm not going to go nearly as much stone and stone brick as in the Dwarven base. I'm not going to use lava lighting, I don't think, but we're going to build some pretty cool things here, and it's going to be fantastic as we go along. So yeah, first thing I need to do is mine out an area for which to build in. So we need to kind of work out some dimensions and some ideas. I'm just going to kind of clear the area around this beacon, I think, so I can actually like get in and out of the room. That just seems like a wise decision to me. The other good news is that as we're hollowing this whole thing out, we're going to be getting resources too. So it's like multi-purpose mining. You know, I mean, not only do we actually need to hollow the place out, but we're also going to be getting all sorts of good resources, maybe even diamonds and stuff, diamonds and emeralds, as we're working on this project and expanding it. So like right there, we're getting some coal. Here we got some iron. You guys get the idea. So I'm just going to expand this area around the beacon just a tiny bit so I can actually like get to where I need to go and stuff. Okay, good. So that's all good. Let's just fill that in like so. And then I brought a whole bunch of chests with me, which I'm going to place down on either side. Some of these resources I'm not going to really worry about gathering right this very second. But we'll make this a stone chest. We'll make this a gravel, cobble, andesite chest. We'll make, actually, let's put gravel and dirt in here. and then ores in here. I think that seems sensible to me. Okay, so, and then these chests will be for other stuff, because we're going to fill these up really quick. They're going to go super quick. Okay, so this is kind of our base idea. We'll have a 3-wide walkway, and then we're going to want probably 5, so we have room to detail on either side. Let's just kind of do something like that. I could even... I'm actually considering making this a lot taller down here. And then we could maybe have pillars. That could be kind of cool. Let's see. I mean, that's already pretty tall. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's maybe go 7, because that's the height you can get to if you just stand on the ground and look straight up. Because once again, as I said, I want this to be easily expandable. I don't want this to be something where if I need to expand the Hall of Patrons, I'm going to have to spend tons and tons of time trying to work out a new design and see how I can make it work and all that kind of stuff. I want it to just be expandable where I can come down here, hollow out the area I need, and move on. So that is the plan. There we go. And we will put all of this stuff over here. Why did I do that? I have organization for a reason. That was... no. Just no. There we go. I specifically organized things, and then I'm like, organization, who needs it? Okay, so we've got something like this. Let's grab some of those stone, just so we can kind of map out our areas here. I'm thinking each cell will be 7 wide. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go like that. And as I said, each cell will be 7 wide. Okay, there we go. And then we'll go ahead and bring this all the way up as well, just to signify that this is like a door, pillar, entrance thing. Okay. So we got something like that. And that seems good. Then I'm thinking we're going to recess the statues or armor stands or whatever we decide to do. And also, one thing that I kind of ran into as an issue in Welsknight's Realm was that for every armor stand, I made a set of iron armor. And by the end of the series, I was pretty much out of iron, like completely. And right now, since I set up this beacon, I was also pretty much, I'm pretty much out of iron right now. So I'm thinking there's a couple things I could do, and if you are one of my supporters on Patreon, please weigh in the comments and let me know what you think. But I'm considering going armor stands and then using player heads. So whoever it is will get their player head on the armor stand, and then I won't do the armor because that gets really expensive in survival. And basically, I would just use player heads. The only time I would be using player heads in this world would be for that, for the armor stands. And I think that would be good. And then we'd still do the sign because trees are easy to get in massive quantities. But 26 iron per person, when you multiply that by all the people, that's a lot of iron. And that's a lot more iron than I have right now. So, and I don't have an iron farm. It'd be one thing if I had like an iron titan or something, but I don't. So, then we'll need 3... Oh, this will work out perfectly. Because what we can do... Oh, I totally know what we're doing. Okay, so the armor stands will sit on top of a thing like this, right? And then here, we'll put another level of armor stands, I think. And we'll basically put a sign underneath each one that has the name. So it'll be kind of like this, right? And we'll have armor stands going along here and up here, and here and here. We can fill this stuff in up here. There we go. And then signs underneath. So this is kind of the basic idea. And I think I like it. I think it'll work. Let's maybe bring a door. Maybe we do some kind of fancier door than that. We'll work that out as we go. Right now, I just kind of want to get the shape, because the shape is going to be the important part. And then the next cell, if you will, would be basically the same thing, just repeated. So, like here, we'd go back again, and up all the way, and so on and so forth. So, I want to get 2 cells. Oh, why? Oh, that was weird. I guess I'm just losing my mind. So I want to get 2 cells made right away, and then we'll kind of detail them out and all that kind of stuff, decide what we like, what we don't like, and yeah. So I'm going to work on this for a while, guys, and I'll come back to you in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I've been doing some work. Check this out. I've decided on what kind of a feel I want. I'm walking the wrong direction. This way, I've decided what kind of a feel I want for our little hall here, and check this out. We're going for kind of like an Angkor Wat type feel. If you're not familiar with Angkor Wat, it's some ancient ruins in, I believe, Cambodia? Cambodia or Laos. I'm 99% sure it's Cambodia. But it's a very famous historical site, and it's kind of like a ruined temple. I believe it's a Hindu temple, but don't quote me on that. But this is kind of the feel we're going to go for. We got some vines. We got jungle trees for the pillars. We got some vines growing on those. And then down here, underneath, we got magma blocks, which we're using for light, with some leaves on top to kind of cover them up a little bit. And then the rest is all cobble. Now, you guys know me by now. We're not just going to have straight cobble. We're going to mess this up and make it look a lot more interesting. Give it that kind of ruined feeling. But that's what I've been working on. That's what I've kind of settled on, and I'm actually quite happy with how it's looking so far. So at this point, what we need to do is kind of get in there and mess it up a bit. So let's just put some of this stuff in chests. And I'm thinking this might be a good spot to use some of our diorite as well. Let's see. Have I a crafting table? Pretty sure it's in my ender chest. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to need some cobblestone stairs. And we're probably going to need some cobblestone slabs as well. And we've already got walls, so I think that will do. So, let's see if we can kind of mess this up a bit. Let's just kind of get in here and maybe do something like this, and we'll just put some walls back there, kind of give us some of that texture variation. And we'll put a couple... actually, I don't want to put full... I need a flat surface here. What we could do is something like this to kind of mess this up a little. So it would still be cobble, but it would have kind of this, you know, we do some stairs and things like that. Maybe here, and then maybe turn that a little bit, and then we throw cobble down there. Yeah. And then here, we could maybe do some of the diorite as kind of a lighter cobble texture, which could be nice. It could be good. Just to kind of... Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. Let's maybe do a couple of slabs there. Maybe a stair here. We need to kind of get back here and do something with these. Let's do cobble. So we get, you guys kind of get the idea. And we'll still be able to put signs on those walls without any problems. But that's kind of what we're going to be doing, is just going in and messing these up as best we can. Like that. Maybe take the diorite and do this, and then go back over it again. Oop. Things are... oh, that's right. Diorite breaks with instant mine, doesn't it? Bam. Ba-doop, boop. We can do something like that. And we can also kind of get in here with these cobblestone stairs as well. And do, you know, some of this kind of stuff to kind of mess it up too. Which I think will be good. Let's maybe do something like that. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. So let me get these walls all messed up, and then I'll come right back to you. Alright guys, I am back, and I've got pretty much all of the detailing on the inside done, and it's looking good. It's getting there. I had to torch everything because I hate to say it, I wish I wanted to use the magma blocks, but the magma blocks just are not cutting it. They're not doing it. They're not spreading enough light, so I think we're going to have to go with glowstone instead, which it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal. And it's all ultimately covered up by the grass or the leaves anyway, so whatever. I was hoping to use the lava block or the magma blocks, but yeah, they're just not doing it. I also need something to put in that spot right there. There we go. And I think I need to get kind of back there and put some glowstone up there too, because I didn't think mobs would be able to spawn up here because of the armor stands, but I had a creeper drop down on me not that long ago, which is what caused me to go ahead and put all the torches down. So apparently mobs can spawn in the same spots as armor stands, which was kind of surprising to me, but hey, I guess I learned something new out of it, if nothing else. There we go. So we're just gonna put glowstone down here instead, which you know, it should spread enough light, I think, and it should be fine. So let me finish getting that put in, and I'll come back to you. Alright guys, I am back, and it's all fixed up and pretty much finished at this point. All we need to do is add a couple of vines to a couple of these, and I'm just going to place them down up here, and we'll let them grow. We'll let them grow down, and can I put... oh, I can still put vines back there where the armor stands go. Nice. Okay, so we're just going to get some vines up here, and we'll let those kind of do their thing, and then I'll come back later with some string and kind of place some restrictions on where those vines are able to grow. Because we don't want them all over the place. We just want them kind of in strategic places, if you will. So we'll do something kind of like that, and I think it'll be good once the vines all come in. But there we have it, the Hall of Patrons. We need to decide if we want to use armor or player heads for each of these armor stands. So let me know in the comments down there. I'm kind of leaning towards player heads myself. I think that's a cooler and better solution, and not a very difficult one, and it doesn't require resources, because the only way to get player heads is to basically essentially cheat them in. Which I don't have a problem doing, because it's not really a game-altering sort of thing, and in this situation, it makes sense. I wouldn't use them to cheat in, like, player heads to use as, say, like, a coffee mug or some sort of decoration inside a house. You know, but I think for the Hall of Patrons, or maybe we should call it the Hallway of Patrons. I don't know. We also need to do something up there with the ceiling, but I'll sort that out at a later time. I don't really have a problem using it for that particular circumstance. So this is it. This is the Hall of Patrons, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it, because I really like it. I think it turned out really well. Now, there is one thing that I do want to do before we go ahead and jump in to the next project in this world, and that is a banner. So one of you left me a comment and said, hey, you should look at this banner for Altum, and I don't believe the person who left the comment was the original creator of this banner, but it's absolutely perfect for Altoum. So I'm going to go ahead and use it, and we're going to create this banner together. It's basically, well, it's a banner. You'll see it in a minute. Let me get the stuff I need together, and I'll come right back to you. All right, guys, I am back. So I think we have everything we need for the banner. So the first thing we're going to have to do is make a light gray banner. Then we put a bone meal here and an oxeye daisy to give it this shape. Then it's the banner here with bone meal underneath. Then we do 4 lapis like that. 3 bone meal like this. 3 cocoa beans like that. And finally, a white gradient. And check this out. Look at that. It's a mountain with the sun setting behind it. I think it's absolutely perfect. This banner is on Planet Minecraft. It was created by someone named Infinite_G, and Infinite with no E in it. Infinite G. And I think it is absolutely perfect for Altoum. It's absolutely, yeah, I couldn't ask for a better banner for this area. So, thank you, person who sent this to me. I forget your name. I don't have it handy at the moment, so sorry about that, but I do appreciate it, and I think it'll work really, really well. So we're going to go ahead and create a couple of these and just kind of put them around town. Once we have the banner itself made, all we need to do is go ahead and copy it and make more. We can also go ahead and put that on a shield if we want. I am curious. Let's see how it looks if you put it on a shield. Let's grab some wood and an iron ingot. And let's just see what this would look like. I think that's the shield recipe, right? Yeah, there we go. So, let's see. How's that look? Not bad. That's not bad. I like it. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, so we've got a few banners. Oh, hey, come back. We have a few banners here that we can kind of spread around town, and I'm thinking 2 of them should go on either side of the main gate to Altoum. I think that makes a lot of sense to have them like hanging up right here. I think that would be a very good place to put them. So let's put one here and one there. And that's kind of our main, banner place. And then the other one I will hang, or maybe put, where would it make sense to put this one? For now, we could just kind of put it right here. Now, that's a stupid place to put it. Let's see. Where could we put this? Maybe on the spawn. Maybe on our starter tower. Maybe we'll just kind of hang it above the door, like right up here. Yeah, that works. We'll just put it right there for now. And as we get more gray wool, which won't really be an issue because we've got the sheep farm, we'll continue to make more and more of them. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. We got a huge chunk of stuff done with the new hall or hallway of patrons. Let me know if it should be the hall or the hallway. We got the banner for Altoum all made up thanks to Infinite G and his awesome banner making abilities. But yeah. That's it, guys. So, if you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. And I can't talk today. I can't. What is outro? I've only been saying it now for over 1,300 videos. You'd think I'd have it right by now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll definitely see you next time.